Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's just going to be a quick video on new Visual Case 1 or the CV-2 helicopter landing pattern for CAW-8. If you guys don't know what CAW-8 is, it's just a PvE Milsim Lite group on Discord for VTOL VR. It's a pretty cool community. There's about 4,000 members in it, and it's just a really cool spot to hang out if you're looking for some VTOL peeps to fly with. Let's get into it. So first, we're just going to talk about the timestamps. So first timestamp we have is just be the comm flow and the approach plate, which is going to be like basically directly after this this clip here. And then we have the pattern and the -1 landing point of view. And then we have the landing from the -2 point of view as well, just so you can get both perspectives, because typically you'll be flying in pairs in the heli. Directly after that, we'll get into the comm flow. So this is mostly going to be for your flight leads. Flight leads will take most of this, so the newer guys don't have to worry about it as much. But if you'd like to, you can study up and you can use this as well. So your inbound call, this is used when you're 10 nautical miles away from the boat. So it goes something like Wolverine Marshall, X-ray 11, flight of 2 dragonflies is 10 nautical miles. And then Angels 1.2, inbound state, which is your fuel state, so 1.5. And Marshall's going to reply with X-ray 11, Wolverine Marshall, case 1 CV-2, BRC, which is the carrier bearing. So let's say it's 100 for this case, and Marshall at 300 feet. So that's basically giving you your clearance. So once you get this, you have clearance to enter Marshall, which is going to be on the port side of the ship, and they're just telling you to fly below 300 feet, 300 and below. And then you give them a readback, just basically letting them know that you got that clearance and you're going to comply with it. So the BRC, you just read that back, so 100, Marshall 300 feet, and then you give your call sign, X-ray 11. Once you get into the Marshall stack, or on the port side of the carrier there, you'll contact paddles. So when you get into that Marshall stack, you'll just push paddles, which is on 2275. And you'll hit paddles with paddles, X-ray 11 established in the copter Marshall, and then you give them your fuel state, so 1.5. Paddles is going to reply to you with X-ray 11, clear to commence, Charlie spot 1, and then or 2, because sometimes you'll fly as a single, sometimes you'll fly in pairs. Most of the time you'll be in pairs, so they'll give you the clearance, most likely with X-ray 11, clear to commence, Charlie spot 1 and 2. And you can just give them that readback. So X-ray 11, Charlie spot 1 and or 2, and then 3 down and locked is just letting them know that all of your landing gear are down and they're in the locked position, and then you just give them your fuel state one more time. After that, that's basically the comm flow there, and it should be pretty self-explanatory. After that, I'd like to get into the approach plate. So the approach plate's kind of daunting when you first look at it. I'm going to kind of break it down to you and make it easy. So from basically top left to and down. So you have your comms. So paddles 2275, Marshall's on 132.4. ICLS is going to change mission to mission. You'll check your briefing and your and in-game. Make sure that you got your ICLS if you need it, which you shouldn't really need it, but it's okay. And then strikes on 300. So, top of the actual visual diagram. So on the top right, you have entry, 120K. That's just 120 knots. Fly any altitude unless otherwise specified by the Marshall at 120 knots or above up until 3 nautical miles. Once you get 3 nautical miles, slow down to that 120 knot mark, and then if you need to cross the bow, Marshall will give you clearance to cross the bow, or if you're approaching from the port side, then you just go directly into the Marshall stack because you have that clearance. The 2 dashed lines that you have forward and aft of the carrier depiction, those are your danger areas, so your no-fly zone. So plus or minus 10 degrees from 0, and then out to 2 nautical miles. Those are your danger zones. So since we're having fixed wings land at the same time, you just want to have those zones cleared in case they have to bolter or they wave off. So those are cleared for them to pop back up and get back into contact with Marshall and get their vectors back. And then that's just giving us distance deconfliction there. Once you enter the Marshall stack, so this big oval off to the left side of the depiction here, everything's going to be at 90 knots, 300 feet, all the way up until you commence for your landing. So as many loops as you need, or as paddles needs, in order to give you proper like green deck, or the deck is safe to land. You'll do those loops until paddles gives you the clearance to commence. Once you commence, you're going to fly that outboard leg, or flying away from the carrier's heading, or the reciprocal BRC. And then once you reach the beam point, so to the point where the carrier is directly off your 9 o'clock position, that's when you'll start your turn in. You'll turn to intercept where the carrier is going to be. So since you're flying at 90 knots, it's pretty slow. The carrier's going to move by the time you fly the distance to cut across the circle. So this light gray carrier depiction is where you should expect to see the carrier after you turn your beam. The 170 over 60K here, that is 170 feet and 60 knots at your halfway point. So that's a good point to aim for your numbers when you're flying that approach and for your final landing. Once you are directly over your spot, so come across the deck edge at about 10 feet and you're slowing down to match the carrier's pace, you'll hover directly over your spot. Once you're in a stable hover, you'll kick your tail to the right to line up on the carrier BRC, and then you'll set it down on your spot. So spots 1 and 2. Spot 1 is on the Cat number 4 JBD, or the Jet Blast Deflector. It's the big shield that comes up and deflects, obviously, the afterburner for when the jets are taken off from the Cats, but since we're landing, those Cats aren't in use. So we're just going to have spot 1 there. And then spot 2 is going to be on that port side elevator. Basically smack dab in the middle of it. None of it's crossing the foul line, so we're good there. After that, I just want to give a quick little walkthrough through the actual pattern itself. So as we let the pattern play here, keep in mind numbers that we're flying. This first clip's going to be in the -1 position. Everything's being flown at 90 knots, around 300 feet. We're not asking you to fly perfect numbers. As long as it's close enough, it's good. So as you fly around, speed up the footage here a little bit, you'll notice that those numbers stay around 90 knots and 300 feet as we come around the loop in the pattern here. So outboard leg, you're shooting for about 0.75 nautical miles away from the carrier. So if you have a waypoint for it, you can kind of see that. And once the carrier's off to your 7 o'clock and your 5 o'clock, you'll start your turns. So they're nice, I'd say about like 10-15 degree angle of bank, and you're just kind of letting the helicopter fly itself while maintaining your altitude. Very lazy, slow, relaxed racetracks here. On your inboard leg, you're shooting for about 0.25 nautical miles away from the carrier. So as I look right here, you'll kind of see me look over to the right here and kind of check my distance right at 0.25. And then we're just flying those numbers. So then after we get our paddles clearance on this next outboard leg, I'll look over and I'll check when I'm a beam. I'm a beam kind of as I come around and complete my turn here, so I go directly into the landing pattern here. So I look for a beam, I come left, and then I start descending and slowing down. Once I start descending and slowing down, at the halfway point, I'm looking for that 170 and 60 knots. And then as I come in for my landing, I'll creep up over the deck edge here. I'll find my spot. I'll hover directly over it. I'll kick the tail to the right, and I'll set it down on the spot for the landing. So here we have our -2 position. It's going to be the same exact concept, except you're flying off of your -1's position, so you're not super keeping out for the numbers because you're just flying off your -1. That's your -1's responsibility, is to fly the numbers here. And then, yeah, so it's the same thing. You're just flying the pattern all the way up until you reach your outboard leg when you turn in for your landing. As we come around the bend here, you'll see our -1 split off towards the landing here. I'll count about 3 seconds, and then I'll turn in after him. Just nice, super slow turns, so we can get that 3 seconds of separation, which will eventually lengthen out as we're flying our -2 position. We're just keeping a good lookout for him and his position. In this clip, I come down pretty quick, so I just kind of maintain my altitude until I reach that halfway point. I was able to correct it here. And then you just fly it just like you would -1. The only thing you have to do is just maintain that separation all the way up until the landing. Then we have the first person POV here, so this is kind of what it looks like in the cockpit. So as you creep over the deck edge, you're kind of eyeballing your spot. I look right, I look left, maintaining my position. Once I find myself in a good spot, I'll come to a stable hover, kick my tail to the right, and then set it down after I line up on the BRC. Yep, and that's the Case 1 CV-2 approach. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments here, and then as well as in the CAW8 Discord at discord.gg/CAW8. I'll be in there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.